No before video this time. Just looks like I ripped out the carcass of RC. The transmission is blown up, but this is one I kind of already built part of. Made a metal top gear, top shaft, slate, and basically it's partially working. I'm hoping it's idler gear inside, which is the same size and pitch as the pinion I used to make the top shaft. So once we open this thing up, we'll have more of a video to show you guys. But I'll see you soon. Alright, time to make the bits. Basically, I already pulled the screws apart and checked what's screwed up. I'm currently trying to brainstorm what's went wrong, but just trying to make you guys guess for trailer bait and stuff, and everything else on YouTube shows off of being clickbait. The idler gear, as I suspected, has stripped out, but surprisingly, I forgot that there's not like a little idler gear that runs from the main gear of the transmission to the actual top shaft. It's a little idler gear that goes to a larger gear, which then goes to the top shaft. So I may be having to come up with like two different sets of pinions and then finding a shaft that holds them both, all within the narrow transmission. And by the time I do that, I may strip out the main gear shaft. It's just one of those things where I'm just gonna keep chasing this thing through until it finally fails. And if it does fail, I may just find an axial transmission put in for the customer and see if I can get the parts to put in my little Jeep, which is way up there on the corner and stuff. But yeah, see you next time. Quick update, can't really get this thing closer to camera because it decides to not focus, as you can tell. But yeah, the gear has no teeth. It's supposed to. It's a culprit. Now I gotta make a metal one. That's all for now. Another update. Basically, I have this. If we can get this lined up relatively close. My camera's actually focusing nice for once. The original gear here is a black thing that's stripped down and looks terrible, and the camera's focusing nice. As you can see, I've got two pinions on the shaft of my screwdriver. I can easily find a metal shaft from another RC10 stuff or whatever, and basically make the shaft, find the bearings, and it will actually, the pinion writing on it will fall right within where the actual gear stripped out main idler gear. So this is ideal. And going from this obviously is a longer setup. I'm going to have the set screw, once it's on the shaft that'll be in the transmission. I'm going to find a larger bearing that will fit on the actual OD of the shaft that this pin, or the circle of this pinion, to fit where my fingers are grabbing it. And we will literally just drill out with just whatever tool we have to make a proper circle, and have the bearing basically sit halfway in the transmission case and be captured by the backside of the motor, or the motor mount plate. So essentially, half the transmission will be gutted, or not gutted, but floating outside of the case to protect it, but it would be the bearing and just the very back of the gear set here. Yeah, I'm excited to do it. I don't think I'm going to have the video tonight of me doing it because it's late, but it's an exciting update because if this works, then I've got essentially almost an entirely metal transmission built for one of these. And apparently right now, as I keep checking, no one is making a metal or even a replacement gear set for these, and people keep charging like $40 for an entire transmission. There are ways around this, just as I'm showing right here. So please take this to heart, or just learn from it. You can make your own projects and make them way better than cruddy little plastic gear. As we said before, if this thing strips out, I'm going to check into and see if they ever make, or NG makes, a giant pinion that would actually fit, I believe, this 5mm shaft. If it does, then I will just go to this eventually, and I think a pin popped out. Now we're good. Anyways, if that ever strips out, start looking at plans ahead of time for that. But for now, I'm excited to make this, but probably not tonight because it's late. And yeah, I'll give you guys another update. See ya.